I definitely get into flow and stuff. So like where you lose track of time in coding.
Exactly.
But after I had a kid, it's kind of hard
to
be in that flow state. So that really was like the shift, like, because I mean, I turned out like 15 publications in less than a year, and I turned out like a master's degree and all of that. And I did my bachelor's and my master's degree in 5.5 years, and all about like being super productive and getting a lot done. And then I had my daughter, and I was like, she sounds way more interesting with her like baby babble than some executives sound, unfortunately. Not to say I don't listen in meetings, but it's just, realigning of values, which is why I make jokes about like the 4-day work week. And it's shown that like you end up being more productive when, you don't have to be at the office 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I think Japan is even doing a 4-day work week with like 6 hours a day now. I've heard about that. And it increased productivity by 60%. So I'm not saying that we should work less, but it indicates that if we work less, our productivity goes up because we don't have to like.
Yes. So I kind of feel the same. Like whenever I have a lot of time, I don't actually accomplish that much. Like most likely I just like start thinking and then like thinking and then thinking, like, and then I just find out that I just got off the actual problem and I started to think about some side problems that and then whenever I just have small amount of time, I be like very I concentrate a lot, and then I don't get distracted that easily, and I get the work done, which is like I like it. So maybe this is the reason behind like less working hours means more productivity. Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I found personally now with the way my life's set up is that when I'm not actively thinking about the problem, that's when the solution comes to me.
Yeah.
And then when I go back to work the next day, that's when I actually sit down and code out the solution.
Yeah.
And so when I guess it's my subconscious that's actually solving it and trying to actively engage the subconscious, just it doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah, I like that, but this comes actually after a long time with the inputs to the problem. Like you have to spend some time actually to understand the problem. And I do like spend most of my time understanding the problem and absorbing in so much information about it. And then I think I take less time in processing what should we do for the problem. Then I take to read and like get some more information about what actually I'm doing. So yeah, and I do get the solution in showers.
When you're not actively trying to pursue it, that's when it just comes to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what do you see as the next step for you after you finish your master's?
That's a good question.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's a good question. I have like many roads for me. Yeah. I just want to explore more in what I'm still exploring what am I doing good. And then like it wouldn't be something new to me. Like I have shifted a time. Okay, so one time. So it wouldn't be that hard, but I want to do something with data science, of course. But what exactly in data science, I'm not that certain about it. Maybe like I love NLP. I do love NLP. And I hope after I finish my thesis, I would have much more information than that I do now. And it's like really interesting to me, especially that I'm a very goal-oriented person. So I like to see the output in front of my eyes. And this is something I couldn't do with hardware or embedded system because I couldn't get the whole functionality working. I didn't have all the tools to make it all work. So yeah, and like this is something that is possible, I think, in software engineering or data science. So yes, maybe NLP and definitely data science.
Do you think you're going to go for a PhD or go into industry or
okay, at the moment
go
I
to
don't
a
have
research firm or research lab?
So research is very like new to me. Okay. And at first, like, it needs some patience. And this is something that I needed to work on myself on because I don't have that much patience. I just need things solved and I solved them. And like, I couldn't do that out of the moment with research. So, but as soon as I like got my head into the problem and I started reading more, which is something I like to do, I just came like profound about it, and like I could add to the solutions. Just like I wasn't at that stage when I first started, so I could just read and understand and like, yeah, this is good solution, and oh, okay, this solved this, and just I could make the connections, but I couldn't actually propose like a solution for something, for a research question or a research problem. So I became very interested about it actually. But for PhD, I'm not sure if I have like a strong problem that needs a PhD to be solved. Kinda. Yeah. So I think I might go for the industry first, or maybe a research company in the industry, and then like have like more information about what problems, like by interacting actually with problems, and then I might have a big or like an idea or a solution or a problem that I think I can solve through PhD. But it's definitely an option, yeah.
So a lot of professors, when you apply to get a PhD, I don't know if you've done this or what have you, but they have their own research areas and their own problems and their own funding.
Yeah.
And you kind of just join their lab and they mold you to solve those problems, depending on what research lab you join. Each professor runs their programs very differently. But that's kind of, usually you don't have a problem associated with like the individual student that goes with the student. That's kind of unique to do that. But going in, because I've gone into industry, I've also applied to like a PhD program and was going to do research and decided not to go with it. And I did have a problem that was associated with me and a whole project coming with me and funding coming with me. I decided not to do it. But I also did like the research lab working on nuclear research. And, you know, doing that, I learned a lot. And I definitely transitioned from being a statistician into being a data scientist because I became more interested in like the simulation style and away from like just the boring p-values, if you will.
Yeah.
But that being said, I used p-values in my day-to-day. And then, of course, I've done like consulting work in industry. But I would say if you're just getting out of like a master's or academia, that like probably go with like an academically leaning like research facility or stay in academia. I know it's a lot of fun. And it's really hard to do academia after you have a kid is the really big thing that I realized. Because I tried taking some PhD classes recently. And while working full-time while dealing with a 3-year-old.
How did that work?
I passed.
Okay.
I mean, more than passed, but
that's good.
Yeah, I don't recommend juggling that many things.
Yeah, you can do it.
Thanks for listening to Sarah in Tech. Feel free to email me at sarah@sarahintech.net or follow me on Instagram at sarahintech. Hope you enjoyed listening.